Alright guys, welcome to another episode. As you might be able to notice, we are rolling around. We're anchored up here in a pretty exposed anchorage, and I don't know what it's called. It's some remote place. Wetar Island, you'll see a map here. Wetar Island is the first island of the Maluku province, and it's a pretty small island in its own right. We left Alor, I think 4 or 5 days ago now. Stopped at a few little places along the way, had an amazing time, saw some really cool stuff. Sort of a little break from filming. We just, we'd been pretty much on it, filming every day. We'd put out a video every week for the last 3-4 months. So we're going to do one today. Show you what we're doing here. It's so good to be just back on the sailing grind. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's quite nice. If I'm not talking about the heat, because we are back close to the equator, so more jungle, super humidity in the air. So the landscapes are super good, but it's really hot and full of mosquitoes, so I have to be covered again.
That's a big point you'll see in these videos after leaving Roti and Lombok and all those islands down there in the sort of barren, arid landscape, which is beautiful in its own right. But now we're back in the lush green, just massive forests. And yeah, there's no one around. Wetar is very lightly inhabited, hardly any villages, no roads whatsoever, so the villages only have like boat access, and we haven't really seen any people, hardly, the odd fishermen. But pretty awesome to be back in this condition though, really cool. Like, we enjoyed the social life and all that in Roti and the restaurants and having the odd beer and that, and now it's so good to be back just anchored out and just like discovering. We really feel like we're discovering stuff again. So anyway, enjoy this video.
So from Alor, our friends Greg and Kik that we met in Lombok just joined us, and we are sailing together for a while. And they're gonna join us for this adventure at the river. We're gonna pick them. Good morning! Careful, shallow.
In the jungle. Well, we reached the end of the road with the dinghy. There's a little rapid here. So we just pulled it up and we're going to walk up the river a bit further. This place is incredible. It's not very often you get proper flowing freshwater rivers in Indonesia, in the parts we've been to. Look at all these swallows flying around. Wow, what a freaking amazing place. I'm going to cool off. What I didn't know at this particular moment was that there are crocodiles in this river. There's massive freshwater fish here. You just see them everywhere. So unfortunately, just back down the river there, Greg and Kik had carburetor problems. So I gave them my tools and they're trying to fix it now. So hopefully they'll join us up here, but we're going to walk further up the river now. But first I'm going to fly the drone and show you the entrance of this river system, and then I'll use it to look further up the river to see how far we can walk. Well, look at all these butterflies.
Wow.
Well, we didn't get too far. We just got up around there in the jungle, and then there was just a really deep section that we couldn't pass without swimming. And this backpack, I've had it for a couple of years now on the boat, and it's been amazing. Yeti one, fully waterproof to 50 meters. But it's got a tiny hole in it now, and I just got all my camera gear, drone, binoculars, everything in there. I didn't want to risk going around there and swimming with it and getting water in it. We got back here and the dinghy's gone. Pulled it up here. It's over there now. So I have to swim over and get it. It's all good though. Maybe luckily for me, As I was just about to swim over and get the dinghy in the deepest, darkest hole of the little corner of the river there, Greg and Kik had managed to fix their outboard and were slowly motoring up the river, and they came around the corner just as I was about to go in.
Even in this place, far from everything, without internet, in full nature, you can still find a little bit of plastic. It's mainly packs of powder for washing clothes, so you can imagine the locals are doing the washing in the river, but yeah, it's quite sad to find that in this so fresh water river, far from everything.
Greg had brought a fishing rod with him and just decided to have a little flick over in the corner there, and first cast, boom, fish on. Maybe eat it, that's awesome fish. Hold on. It's a massive fish. Yeah, that's a feeder. So they're brackish water fish, just pull it straight up. That's a massive fish, yeah, look, it's got big teeth too.
Got a, oh, get that bit of wood, whack it on the head. Oh yeah. Oh. Take a picture.
No, not quick. No,
first cast. Was that first cast?
Yeah, that was literally toss it in. Oh, I wonder if anything will get on, and it took maybe 2 seconds.
What's happening here?
Decided to pull a spinner back down the river and got this after about 2 minutes. Not quite sure what it is. What do you reckon that is?
Same as what I got it?
Oh,
Yeah, it's quite
yeah, it
similar.
could be the same as what you got, yeah. Finger mark. Fuck, I wish I had it.
That looks like a mangrove jack.
Yeah, it does look something like that. I wish I had it. This fish had super sharp spikes, and right here made 3 little holes in the dinghy. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. A little brown, like, little brown one. Oh, that's a good fish. Yoo-hoo! That's too easy. Just pull this little lure down the river and and he gave a good fight too. Alright, let's put him out of his misery.
Because we are back in the river, the crocodile trap was not enough. We are in another one for fishing. So we've got confirmations from these guys. Then there's crocodiles of 6 meters all around. Awesome! I love the ideas of Vernon and Greg to come fishing.
Buaya, besar. No bagus. Fucking cunt. Ah, I just spiked myself right under the nail like a frickin' Vietnamese prisoner of war. Ah. Fish is going to get eaten, but he got the last word there. Whoa. Yeah, so I've gotten some infected war wounds again. I'm pretty lax on that sort of thing. I just get a little cut somewhere and on the coral or whatever, and I always put some antiseptic on it right away, but then I just sort of keep doing things, going in the water and everything, and
not covering it.
Not covering them up, and I seem to handle it fine, but then once I've got enough, I think it just builds up to this effect that, okay, now it's too much, and then they all get infected on, like, within 3-4 hours it's gone from nothing to boom, something, and that's, well, we're on the equator, but yeah, I've got to be careful right now. I've got antibiotics with me, which I've always cleaned this up in the past, but I don't like to take them, so trying to, yeah, get Marie to do some healing, and she's got some organic stuff, and trying to cover them up, and well, I'll try and keep out of the water, but the good way to keep out of the water here is to know that there's crocodiles, so yeah, now I just got stabbed under the fingernail by this bloody fish. Gonna taste good, this fish. I'm gonna eat him now. Have a look at it.
Don't hurt yourself again.
No. Look. Beautiful one. It was more beautiful when it was alive though, obviously, but we need some food.
So this is probably our last day in Wetar Island. That was quite good to see the jungle again and being in a wild place. But personally, it's a bit too wild for me. Like the quantity of bugs, all the crocodiles around, we didn't really enjoy the water, or a little bit because we were not knowing they were there, but that was quite risky. So yeah, I hope the next place is gonna be a little bit more safe and more easy to enjoy outdoor activities.
Bloody hell, the sun's not really sharp. Beautiful fillet.
This morning we are leaving the anchorage with the river. We are still along Wetar. Oh, boobies! Look at them. Boobies! And this is definitely the more boring moment on the boat than I ever had.
No, not the most boring ever, but this season.
This season maybe. But I think it's the more boring I ever had. It's rolly, we have not enough wind to sailing. We have to use the engine, it's the back wind, so we have the smell of the gas. So yeah, it's not really fun.
And we have 20 miles to go, which isn't long, but 4 hours of this rolliness is just a bit boring. And we're not sure at the next anchorage if it's going to be fully swell like this, so it could be we have to do an overnighter to get to the next island. And then it would be shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is.
And we left a little bit sooner this quite nice anchorage, because when we talked to the villagers yesterday, they told to us that this place is full of crocodile in the bay and in the river we went to fishing. So we decided it was maybe not a good idea to explore more. We took enough risk.
No, because like going swimming, we planned on going up there again today and swimming and spearfishing the fish we saw in the river and doing some washing. And then when we found it's full of crocodiles, yeah, it's more of a tease than anything, because like swimming in fresh water is something amazing and novelty for us. And if the river's there and we know it's nice and clear and it's beautiful, but we can't swim in it anymore, then it's even worse. So it's just better to leave. So yeah. We survived the crocodiles, but we didn't want to give it a second try.
No, definitely no.
The only good thing is it's not too hot because it's cloudy today.
Yeah.
The last few days have been the hottest that we've ever had in our lives, I think. It's just crazy, change of season, heavy, crazy hot. It's like, we're like monks and nuns. We're not even touching each other. It's just too hot. You're just like, oh, sticky. No, not nice.
Even after a shower, 2 minutes after, you're already full of sweat and sticky. It's terrible.
Just hot. And that's what was so nice about being in the river. So knowing it's there but not being able to go in it is just like, I don't know, a locked ice cream fridge. You know it's there but you can't have it.
Especially for Vernon, because he has really a problem with ice cream, I think.
And swimming in rivers.
And swimming in rivers.
Anyway. Wow, we're cruising here between this little island, and I saw this black thing in the water and thought it was a manta ray, and we went next to it and turns out it's a whale shark. And then I had to pull on the fishing line, so I sort of lost him, but I think we just found him again maybe. We're going next to him and have a look. Oh yeah, it's right under the boat.
Wow, look at the size of this.
Yeah! Whoa, he doesn't give a shit. We should go in the water. How cool is that?
It's super big! I'm so surprised. Wow.
So after a bit of an eventful motor sail that day, we arrived in a new place, and nice and calm, and a massive family of dolphins were buzzing around the bay, fishing and playing, and so I filmed them for a while and took that as a good sign that there was no crocodiles anywhere at all, for sure not. So we went for a nice big swim and checked out the coral, and yeah, it was pretty amazing to get back in the water and have clear, clean vision, and yeah, had a great time there. Right, so we've come around to a little village called Liopa. It's about 3 miles around the bay from where we're anchored. And there's a village here, but we couldn't anchor here. It was too deep, so we've come around here in Greg and Kick's boat. Here they are. The big mothership. What is it, Beneteau?
Yeah, Beneteau 461.
Beneteau 461. And we motored around here just now. We're going to go to the village and try and get some fresh fruit and veg because we're sort of running out. Trying to get some bananas and stuff, but the fishermen that have been going by our boat said that there's stuff here in the village, so we're going to come around and see what they got. Anyway, well, let's look.
Be waiting for him, it's okay.
Sole. Oh, sola. Hello. Ah, chips.
Dari mana?
Sola. Yeah.
Leopa.
Ya, ada beko.
Masak.
Good one?
I think so. I don't know. I never have it.
So this village name is Liopa, and we're walking around. I bought some diesel, but it turned out to be 3 times as expensive as normal, so I only got 1 jerry can instead of 2, but that's all good. It's pretty remote here, so they just, I guess they get charged a lot more. But anyway, these guys are walking around getting us some lemons and some pisang, which is banana, and maybe some papaya, and yeah, some vegetables. So it's pretty funny here. These guys don't really see any bule, any white people at all. And that's super shy to begin with, but they're starting to come out now. And yeah, it's pretty cool. All the kids are looking around like we're aliens. It's pretty cool though. There's a couple of older guys that are pretty friendly. You should do it. You get it, Kick. Ah, it's too short. Oh, there's lots of small ones. Huh?
Ready to be done.
This one's ready, huh? Yeah. All right, well, we found some bananas straight off the tree.
Big one.
I've got to work out the price now. There's a piggy. Now this is the woodworking house.
Some furniture, building something.
Yeah. I always ask how many people live in these villages, and they don't know. They just know how many houses there are. So there's 80 houses, well, so 80 families, I guess that means. But any family can be from, I don't know, 3 generations, so maybe 10 or 12 people, I guess. So yeah, there's 80 houses, 80 families in this village, Liopa. And a bunch of them seem to be just leaving now. They're packing up, and I guess they're going working somewhere for a few months. They're taking a lot of baggage with them and moving out. So I guess they go away, because here this is isolated. There's no roads in or out. There's no power. There's no telephone, and there's no harbour as such. So the boats just load. I'll show you in a minute. I'm just walking there now, but very, very isolated village. Very far away from, I guess Calabahi is the closest town with an airport. And that's about 300-400 miles, 300 or 400 kilometre. Yeah. So this is the harbour down here. Salamat jalan. Have a good journey. And yeah, these people are loading their luggage onto the boats. So they go out in this little boat here, and then the furthest one away over there's a big blue boat, and that just arrived while we were coming in, and that's what they'll go to. I don't know where. Maybe they go to Sulawesi, Makassar or somewhere. I guess they go there. Some of them probably go to university there or to go and work or something, but this is how they travel. So they've been loading these little boats now for an hour since we've been here. Just maybe 20 or 30 people leaving with all their gear with them.
Have fun?
Oh shit, yeah.
Bye bye. Sampai jumpa. Terima kasih. So that's the end of this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. It was a little bit random, but just a bit of a sort of selection of shots from along this island of Wetar. The most remote we've been for quite a long time, but that's what it's going to be like now for the next couple of months probably. Yeah, got to say thanks to the patrons. As always, you guys are legends, all of you, and thanks very much for the support. Thanks for appreciating the hard work that goes into these videos, and well, all of you viewers really. A lot of people commenting and clicking like, and all that stuff really helps, to be honest, and sharing the videos. And we've been hanging around the 25,000k range now for what seems like ever. It seems like it's blocked, we can't get there. So if any of you guys aren't subscribed, this would be a great time to just help us get over that thing, and that'd be awesome. It really helps us out, guys. It's really allows us to do this and show you what we're up to every week. And anyway, we'll probably the next time we're going to have internet will be about 2 weeks from now, so it might be a bit random the amount of videos that are coming out, but in the end it'll be the same amount. We probably just might put out 2 a week or something if we can't get every Tuesday. I think we were putting them out before, but anyway, you guys will, that's the whole point. Push the notifications bell and then you'll get an email every time. Okay guys, see you next week, maybe. It's somewhere. We don't know where there's internet. Guys, see ya.